Hey, good morning from the office. I am your host, BKP. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show. Here's how you can get in touch with us. 706. Now, Sam, you're just going to have to follow me today, okay? Because I'm not feeling my best. Folks, you're like family out there, right? So I got to tell you, I'm just not feeling my best today. I'm not 100%. I'm only running 92. Never been below 90 though, folks. 92 here. Oh, but Sam, try to pay attention today because I'm going to need extra pay attention from you because I don't know how well I'll be doing. Yeah, Sam has it up there. You can follow us on Twitter at FetchYourNews, at FYNTV. You can follow us on Twitter. So the other day, leave that up for a minute. Don't take anything off until I tell you take it off today. Except for if I can't stand to look at them any longer. So a guy calls me the other day, he says, look, whatever you do on your show, never tell me I can follow you. I said, whoa. He says, nothing makes me any angrier than all these politicians saying, follow me. I said, all right, easy, all right already. He said, but I did notice on your show you give me an email address and a phone number. So I'm okay with that. I said, all right, so we're meeting everybody's needs, right? Follow us on Twitter at FetchYourNews, at FYNTV. You can email me at chief@fetchyournews.com, 706-889-9700, 706-889-9700. You ever get up in the morning and feel like shooting a man in Reno just to watch him die? Just pause there for a minute, see if you ever felt that. I mean, I'm sorry, doesn't anybody else listen to Johnny Cash at 7:30 in the morning? Am I the only one? All right, folks, we have a very serious show. We're going to bring it down. We're going to bring it in. We're going to have a very serious show. I'm going to try to bring information within 30 minutes here. I don't feel real well. We're going to run. We want you to really, if you have not had an opportunity to meet Katie Sassine, that is Katie Sassine, and watch her show, we're going to do that for you this morning. And we're going to, if you missed Carla's Corner yesterday, we're going to run Carla's Corner. So just let you know, stay with us all morning. The broadcast is going to keep running, but we are going to play several Katie Sassine shows so you can get to meet her. Katie Sassine is a student. I'm going to give you this. She's a student at Kennesaw State. She graduates in May, and after she graduates, she is going to be doing maybe a 1 to 2 hour daily show instead of 30 minutes, but we want you to get to know her because in a couple months, between her and Sam, she's going to take over the place. I'm going to go play golf. You got it? I'm just saying. All right, let's try to stay focused here. Now, this morning, we know, let's start with this. Yesterday, and get it out of the way, okay? You told me I had to scooch over here. Put up Andrea Mitchell and Susan Rice, okay? So yesterday, all right, there's Andrea Mitchell and Susan Rice. Now, what a better nonpartisan place to go now for Susan Rice to explain or possibly embellish, that's the big word, right? Or for those of us out there in middle America, just flat out lie, okay? For Susan Rice to go and get an opportunity to lie and mask, no pun intended, her reason for unmasking. How you like that? All right, I worked on that for a long time. So for her opportunity to mask what she unmasked in intelligence reports that she lied about 2 weeks ago, said, I know nothing about them, she goes to Andrea Mitchell, of all great news organizations, to explain to Andrea, which Andrea, she must have been running up on a break and didn't have time to say, Susan, what about the fact that you denied knowing anything about unmasking, anything at all, just 2 weeks ago on PBS NewsHour? What about the fact when Devin Nunes came out and said that, hey, he has something that is very eye-opening and should be concerning to the American people? Susan Rice, Andrea, I know you must have been, I think what happened, Andrea had a producer in the ear saying, we got to go to a hard break, And Andrea said, darn, I was going to ask her about lying just 2 weeks ago, and we ran out of time, right? How did the Benghazi thing, when Susan Rice went and made her rounds that morning and we got 4 dead Americans, Ambassador Stevens, We got 4 dead Americans in Benghazi, and she went on all the shows to lie. So we're just saying, we want to see her. We will not settle here in America till we see her and several others testify. But what I want to talk about this morning is 2 things. I want to focus on something, because this morning, when all else fails and you get caught, you run a diversion tactic. And I watch MSNBC every morning at 6 a.m. Not because I like it, but that is where you can continually pick up the game plan and the diversion tactic that the left is going to use into mask. That's our word, mask and unmask. You never know. In one moment we're masking, and the next moment we're unmasking. All right? I mean, hell, in the campaign I learned the word coalesce. And I never thought in my whole life I'd have to run around and ask people if they want to coalesce. Anyhow, let's move on. So we unmask them every morning at 6 a.m. to see what direction they're going to go to continue to try to undermine the presidency of the United States. The reason I say the presidency of the United States, I was at the baseball game. Congratulations to the Fan and Rebels. 8-0 over the Lumpkin Indians. Got that in, right? Nice plug. Anyhow, I'm at the baseball game last night, and a couple of the guys there are asking me questions about the show and some things going on. And I said, you know, the fact is, let's take Donald Trump out of the equation. You have a group of people trying to undermine the presidency of the United States. That is a branch of our government, the executive branch of our government, okay, which, take a quick history lesson, don't have time for it here. So we have these people with a plan. So this morning, they are hell-bent on telling you that the poll numbers... Now, MSNBC and other networks have found North Korea. They found them. I mean, it's top story this morning. I think for months we should have had North Korea top story. But no, they have found North Korea. I'm very thankful that they have finally noticed this morning. But then they spin it around to, well, do you not realize the leaders of the world are seeing the devastating poll numbers of Donald Trump and realize he has no power back home and he has problems at home, and that's when world leaders take advantage of the president's problems at home, is when his poll numbers are in the tank. Really? His poll numbers. What is he at, day 76? Google how many days he's been in. I forgot to do that. Will you do that, Sam? Thank you. All right. So anyhow, I'm thinking this morning, because the little fat kid in North Korea, he has once again. Now, folks, I don't know how to pronounce, okay, these names. So I'm not even attempting it. I want to get the facts out. All right. Days before the President Trump hosts the Chinese counterpart, President China's coming, at a top U.S. official warned Tuesday that the clock has run out. Okay, we have warned. Rex Tillerson said we're not talking about North Korea no more. At the end of our rope, it's over. The line has been crossed. Okay, diplomatic efforts to rein in North Korea's nuclear and missile programs and military action may ultimately be necessary. The clock has run out. This is the message that was sent to North Korea by this administration. The clock has now run out, and all options are on the table for us, the official told the reporters. Now, this guy launches another missile over in North Korea. Another missile. We keep telling him, look, you're going to launch one too many. One too many. Okay? It's the straw that broke the camel's back. No offense to our Middle Eastern friends that are riding around on camels. Okay? Anyhow, one too many. This guy claims he's got one ready. He can strap a nuclear warhead ready for the United States. Can hit us anytime. Seattle, while they're out there smoking dope and drinking lattes this morning, it could be a thing of the past. I'm serious. You got your little dope shops and your latte shops, and you're over there, you're drinking coffee, you're with your friends. You know, some of you are wearing dreadlocks, some of you are wearing man buns. What the hell? But hey, who cares? The guy can throw a nuke all the way to San Francisco, right? Hey, who cares, right? Rainbow flags everywhere. But nuclear weapon coming from North Korea, no big deal. This is a very serious subject, folks. Very serious subject. Now, Sam, if you have that, I'll ask you in a minute. Could you do me a favor? We're going to start with the pictures, okay? So this is where I want you to pay attention, okay? That's all I'm asking. Anyhow, so North Korea says, this is a very serious segment, folks. North Korea says they're ready to launch this thing. We got Japan, our allies, whether you like it or not. South Korea. I mean, get in your little, get in your little Kia and your little Hyundai and drive around, but you better worry about South Korea because that's where that's where Hyundai and Kia are from. Put the dots together, folks, okay? And we got the Asian Sea, the South Asian Sea there, the Sea of Japan. He keeps lobbing these little missiles. Well, China, what's China going to do? We've been afraid of China. We have nobody in years that have been able to stand up and say to China, you're going to stop him, because China has influence over North Korea. But no, we have not had anybody in office. So here's what I want to do before I wrap this up, because actually what's happening in the media today is you're going to hear North Korea today. And you're going to hear it like it just happened. And you're going to hear that this guy is testing Donald Trump because Donald Trump is so weak at home. In just 2 months, we've never had a president with this low of poll numbers. Folks, let's make sure we're clear on the low poll numbers that are being told to you every day on the news. Nobody wants to tell. They don't want no problems. They just want to move our life. Hello, how is this? Yes, we're a research polling company. Okay, what do you want to know? Do you like Donald Trump? Click. I ain't got time for that. Life's too good. I don't want to talk to those people. Next thing you know, there's surveillance. God, the surveillance. They ping my phone. And the next thing I know, I got 3 whack jobs beating the hell out of me with a poster. Okay? They don't want that. They don't want that. Okay? So the poll numbers are the same poll numbers that the guy ended up in the Oval Office. So what they're going to tell you, today's narrative is, forget Susan Rice, forget the crisis that we're in, forget our democracy shaken to the pillars of the core. Forget all of that. Forget that we can't find Waldo, Adam Schiff. Nobody can find Adam Schiff. Where the hell? I look at every news site. I go to 25 news sites at 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't see Adam Schiff's damn name on a one of them. Not a one. Not a single one. I'm thinking Schiff comes out today and says all of this is garbage about unmasking. I'm looking for Schiff to come running to the camera. Schiff was he is the ranking member. He's the Democrat ranking member on the House Intelligence Committee. And he's the guy that's been asking for Nunes's resignation. He is the guy that's been coming out to the cameras. He is the guy that doesn't understand why Nunes went it alone. All the above to the White House. But I can't find him anymore. Am I missing something? Send it to me. Help me out. Help me out, because the list has to be long of people in front of the camera. I mean, Susan Rice went on MSNBC with Andrea Mitchell. The list has to be long, absolutely long, of people getting in front of the camera saying, hey, this stuff about Rice and this stuff about unmasking and this stuff about building spreadsheets with all of Trump's people on there and checking off when they made a phone call, whatever the case. We have to get to the bottom of this. I can't find Schiff anywhere. So let's move along. Today, they're moving all the narrative. You would think, you would think that every newscast would have opened up this morning with a milk carton of the missing Schiff on the back, looking for this guy. Where is Schiff? Can we get a comment from the Democrats? No, it's Gorsuch. Gorsuch is going to be the Supreme Court nominee. Let's roll right along. As you can tell, I don't feel well today. Now, Schiff we can't find. So let's move this to North Korea. And let's make it look like because of the weakness of our President of the United States. Folks, North Korea is serious. Now, the guy's coming from China. I'm going to put this all into a capsule in about 5 minutes, okay? North Korea, we're just going to say, is 24 years old with three globalist presidents. And what I call 3 Democrat presidents, I can't tell the difference on half this stuff, okay? 3 globalist presidents. Okay, so let's start. Let's show William Jefferson Clinton, okay? You got the picture of William? Tasha, come on already.
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton. Oh, so I said William Jefferson. That messed you up? Yes. Holy mackerel. Okay, yes, it's Bill Clinton. Okay, I didn't say William Jefferson. So you got Bill Clinton, right?
Yes.
Now, folks, you have 24, I've got to check my math. 3 times 8 is 24. Okay, you have 24 years. 24 years, this North Korean whack job. So first of all, we have none other than Warren. So he's the President of the United States. Let's look at our Secretary of State. You got to understand, this guy on the screen normalized relationships with North Korea. Before this guy, our policy was no whack job normalization. Hey, how can you put that in the same sentence, right? Whack job normal. You can't do that every day. But you cannot, we did not. Rogue nations, terrorist nations, these dictators, some of them, some we did, another story for another day, we did not deal with. North Korea, hey, we're not going to deal with you. All right, so he decides a humanitarian mission. Going to give them food, going to give them all this stuff if they'll back off. So let's look at our Secretary of State with William Jefferson Clinton. Warren Christopher. All right, here's one. I'm going to take you through 24 years of Democrats. Warren Christopher, a globalist. Warren Christopher, okay? So then we move to Madeleine Albright. Here's your next Secretary of State. Now, this is the lady that landed the plane, that came down, got the flowers from Walmart, the little $4.99 flowers they gave her, and he met, and they did a military expo with the little whack job, Kim Jong-un, Kim Jong-il, whatever those Kim Jongs are, whole family of them. Okay, and she does the whole thing, and we send her to North Korea, and how did that work out for us, Bill, right? It's, all right, so now we move on to the next Democrat president, George Bush. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I don't have time for that. Okay? Globalist. Do you miss George? I don't miss George. I'm sorry. There's not a Bush right now that I miss. Okay? Anyhow, so George, right? So thank you, George. Then George gives us the next Democrat Secretary of State, Colin Powell. Colin Powell. You don't think he's a Democrat? That's for another show. We'll go over that, okay? But Colin Powell, right? So how did that work out? All right, now what, we up to 12 years? All right, let's go to another George Bush Secretary of State. Oh, I'm sorry, you don't know the order. What the hell? I can't tell you to keep up if you don't know who I'm calling. Condoleezza Rice. Condoleezza Rice. Now, I'm not going to, this is probably the Secretary of State that I'm not going to be negative on and get into deep, but globalist, absolutely. Absolutely believes in one world. These are one world government people, okay? So Colin Powell. There is, let's see, Clinton is 8 years, Bush is, there's 16 freaking years, folks, that we've dealt with the whack job, that we could have handled it on day one. They have no nuclear warheads. They're not launching missiles. They're only claiming 24 years ago that they're going to do all this stuff. We could have cleaned house, told the Chinese, this is what's happening. No, we don't. Okay, so let's go to our another great, right after this, another great Democrat, 3 Democrat presidents in a row. Let's go to Barack Obama. All right, now Barack Obama's in there, and obviously he's there for 8 years. We have now, so let's go to the great world negotiator. You see, the only reason that she really did not work very hard on North Korea is they have no money. Hillary Clinton seemed to keep a travel schedule and land our plane, your plane, the taxpayers' plane in countries that actually, you know, she was one of those, you know, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You know, a little diplomatic picture here, pick up a check for the Clinton Foundation, right? So, you know, North Korea, she, you know, talked like we need to do something. There you go. Isn't that the lovely Secretary of State for Barack Obama? Another one. Let's go to the last but not least, not the last, another Democrat, John Kerry. John Kerry. Now, John Kerry, if he probably wasn't too busy riding his bicycle, falling off of it, and breaking his leg halfway around the world, and the list goes on to the things we could say about this lovely guy here, right? John Kerry. There's another one. John Kerry. That is your Secretary of State. There are your 3 presidents for 24 years, starting with Bill Clinton, normalizing relationships with the whack job, okay? Normalizing them. And then you go right on to, he had 8 years, 2 Secretary of States. You got George Bush, had an opportunity, could have cleaned the place up in 8 years. 8 years, 2 Secretary of States. Again, globalist, world order people. And then we have the great Barack Hussein Obama, which gave us the Hillary Clinton and John Kerry. And they were too busy going around and picking up checks, okay, around the world with our plane. So you have 24 years. 24 years, folks. I want to put it into perspective. Because all you're going to hear today is North Korea. And you're going to hear how Donald Trump is beating the war drums. And you're going to hear Donald Trump's first war. And you're going to hear this. And you're going to hear that we are weak. The reason this guy is flexing his little muscles over there is because our president is weak at home because of poll numbers. He's polling so low, and world leaders are going to take advantage of that. Okay? Right? There you go. Now, 24 years. How many days, Sam? How many days?
75.
75. In 75 days. In 75 days. Okay? 24 years, 75 days. In 75 days, let me show you a picture of the man that is actually going to stop this garbage with North Korea. End it after 25 years. Did I tell you to put the picture up? I was setting it up. I mean, I'm setting it up. I was going to say Donald Trump, you were going to go boom, and it was going to be a big thing. But there it is. How many days?
75.
There we are. 75 days, folks. In 75 days in office. This is the man right here. You're looking at him. Mean Scott. Can I do that? Do my Donald Trump impression. Anyhow, this is the man. He's going to change it, folks. North Korea, this is going to be over. It's going to be done, okay? And he's going to do it with one Secretary of State. Remember, we've had 2, 4, 6 in 24 years. 6. I got 4 fingers up. I better go with 6, right? It's not good saying 6 like that, right? Looks like we've had 6, 3 Democrat presidents, all globalists, on the world stage. Can't do nothing about it. Let it go. They're afraid of China. They're afraid of everything. They're afraid of the shadow. They're afraid of the EU. They're afraid of how Angela Merkel's going to see them. This guy in 75 days is afraid of nobody. Absolutely nobody. And with one Secretary of State, in 75 days, he said, it's over. Last warning, and trust me. And this is the Secretary of State, along with this man, that's going to end it. Where's Rex? There you go, Rex Tillerson. That's what I wanted to put together. I wanted to wrap all that together for you this morning because China's coming to visit. The president's going to visit with China. It's going to be okay. The media is going to go to the left with all this stuff. It's going to be okay. Donald Trump is going to look at the president of China and say, look, we're going to get our trade deficit correct. Going to get it in line. We're going to get our debt in line. We're going to get things in line. You and I are going to have a good relationship. But here's how it's going to work. You're going to do something with North Korea because I'm not Bill Clinton. I'm not George Bush. And I'm not Barack Obama. I'm Donald J. Trump. Okay? And you're going to get something in line with North Korea. And they are not going to threaten the American people. And, you know, even Donald loves the little latte drinkers wearing man buns and dreadlocks and smoking dope in Seattle. Even Donald loves them, okay? And he doesn't want to see them harmed. So he's going to do something about it. And that's what's going to happen. By the way, I'm going to run here in a second, but one last picture. Nobody, well, they do report it, but not on MSNBC or CNN, okay? This man does not want your tax money, and he loves this country. Show this picture of him giving back the money. Donald Trump, President Trump has donated his salary from his first few months in office to the National Park Service, making good on a campaign pledge to forgo a presidential paycheck. He gave $78,333, his first quarter paycheck, to the National Park Service, right? Yes, folks. That's your president. Sarin gas in Syria kills 70, okay? Guess what? How about Barack Obama with that line in the sand in Syria? Syria, Donald Trump has a world mess. He's on the world stage with a mess. He will clean it up. He's the man for the job. He'll get it done. Don't worry about poll numbers. Stay positive. You will be okay. Susan Rice, they're going to get her before committee. Trey Gowdy's just waiting. We want a I don't know what we want. We want a grand jury assembled. We want a federal grand jury assembled. We want them lying under oath. We want to see people go to prison. I want a long list to go to prison. In fact, Guantanamo. Now boarding at Gate 1, Guantanamo. Could all the former U.S. politicians board. Now calling, boarding first, Guantanamo. I'm your host, BKP. Stay tuned for the rest of the morning. Look, I don't feel real well. Can't you tell? I don't feel real well. Can't you tell, Sam? Can you tell? Oh, I just got to be honest with you. 706-889-9700, chief@fetchernews.com. Follow us on Twitter @FetcherNews, @FYNTV. Don't forget, 24 years. Don't let these people get away with the lies any longer. That would be Susan Rice, Andrea Mitchell, and list goes on. I could be over and on. I got to be somewhere. I got to get out of here today. I can't stay today. It's going to be bad. The storms are coming in. Oh, I can't go yet. Hey, congratulations to Grant Baker with the Fannin Rebels threw a shutout last night against the Lumpkin Indians 8-0. Really like to watch that kid pitch. Got to end with that. Carla's Corner and then Katie Cecine. Please stay with us. I'm asking you, please stick around. Just because I can't do it doesn't mean you can't. I'm your host. Out of here, Sam.